وَمَا كَانَ لِمُؤْمِنٍ أَن يَقْتُلَ مُؤْمِنًا إِلَّا خَطَأً. And it is not becoming, not appropriate for a mu'min to kill a mu'min. Mu'min will never kill a mu'min. Illa khata, except by mistake. He was aiming at something else, but the bullet, it went to some Muslim and mu'min, and he was killed. And in the same way, in accidents, you don't want to kill a person, but if some person is, crushed under the wheels of your car. So all these things are, this qatl khata it is called, murder by mistake. وَمَا كَانَ لِمُؤْمِنٍ أَن يَقْتُلَ مُؤْمِنًا إِلَّا خَطَأً. A mu'min, it behoves not a mu'min that he may kill a mu'min, illa khata, except by mistake. Now what happens if you have killed by mistake a mu'min? Now there are three conditions. وَمَنْ قَتَلَ مُؤْمِنًا خَطَأً. Whosoever kills a mu'min, a real true Muslim, by mistake, فَتَحْرِيرُ رَقَبَةٍ مُؤْمِنَةٍ. Now he has to set free a mu'min slave, number one. This is the fine which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has levied on it. He had to, if he has a slave, Muslim slave, he will have to set him free. If doesn't have, he will have to purchase one and set him free. Tahriru raqabatin mu'mina, number one. Wadiyatun musallamatun ila alayhi. And the blood money will have to be paid to the family of the person who was killed. So two things. You have killed a person by mistake. You have to pay the blood money to the family of the person, number one. And in addition, this is actually the compensation that you are giving to the family because they have lost a member. But because this is a sin, although you didn't aim at it, but it has happened at your hands. So you have to set free a mu'min from the bondage of slavery. Illa an yasaddaqu. Except if the family people, they forego that money as alms and charity. No, we don't require, because you didn't kill willfully. You didn't want to kill our person, to murder our person. It was a mistake. We, absolve you of that responsibility. We don't accept this blood money, and we give it to you back as a charity. Illa an yasaddaqu. This is one form. Wa in kana min qawmin aduwwin lakum. And if that person belonged to a tribe which is your enemy, he is Muslim, he was a mu'min, you have killed him by mistake, but he belonged to a tribe which is in enmity against Muslims. Now what to do? Will you pay the blood money? No. Now one thing is gone, because the family is kafir. You are not going to pay to them the blood money. But then what is the وَإِنْ كَانَ مِنْ قَوْمٍ عَدُوٍّ لَكُمْ وَهُوَ مُؤْمِنٌ فَتَحْرِيرُ رَقَبَةٍ مُؤْمِنَةٍ. Only setting free of a mu'min slave will suffice. No payment of the blood money, because he belonged to a tribe which is kafir. Now the third condition. وَإِنْ كَانَ مِنْ قَوْمٍ بَيْنَكُمْ وَبَيْنَهُمْ مِيثَاقٌ. If he belonged to a tribe between whom and you there is a treaty, Fadiyatul musallamatun ila ahlihi wa tahriru raqabatin mu'mina. He will be treated as a mu'min. As the first case, you have to pay the blood money to his family, because although it is kafir, but you had a misaq with them. Although they are unbelievers, the tribe is unbelievers, but you had a treaty with them. So you have to pay the blood money to the family of the deceased, and also you have to set free a mu'min slave. فَمَنْ لَمْ يَجِدْ. But whosoever cannot afford it, what to do? Now this is kafara. What to do? I don't have money to purchase a slave and then set him free. فَمَنْ لَمْ يَجِدْ فَالصِّيَامُ شَهْرَيْنِ مُتَتَابِعَيْنِ. He will have to keep fasting for 2 continuous months. 60 days continuous. Tawbatan min Allah. This is a tawbah prescribed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Although he didn't intend to kill him, but because, human life is so precious. Now what is the wisdom behind it? Because of this law, now you will be extra careful. If this law is there, you will be extra careful that you don't kill a Muslim or a mu'min, even by mistake. But if this law is not there, you may be more carefree to make you more careful that this is the condition, these are the hudud, these are the tazirat. Tawbatan min Allah wa kana Allahu aliman hakima, and Allah Ta'ala knows everything. He is ever knowing, all wise. وَمَنْ يَقْتَلْ مُؤْمِنًا مُتَعَمِّدًا. Now, willful killing or slaying of a mu'min. Whosoever kills a mu'min willfully, فَجَزَاهُ جَهَنَّمْ خَالِدًا فِيهَا. His reward, his recompense is the hell in which he will abide forever. This is the importance, and how, trivial matter today the Muslims think is killing Muslims. When Allah says, وَمَنْ يَقْتُلْ مُؤْمِنًا مُتَعَمِّدًا فَجَزَاهُ جَهَنَّمْ خَالِدًا فِيهَا. Khulud, forever. وَغَضَبَ اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ. And Allah will have His wrath on him. He will have the wrath of Allah. وَلَعْنَهُ. And Allah will curse him. وَعَدَّ لَهُ عَذَابًا عَظِيمًا. And Allah has prepared for him a very big punishment and chastisement. Now this is the importance. As we read last night, two things are fundamentals for human society. Respect for the life, human life, and respect for property. If respect for life goes, the foundation of this social order, it crumbles. And if respect for each other's money, each other's wealth and belongings is not there, it will be all chaos. No contentment, no peace in the society. So these two things are very fundamental. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu idha darabtum fi sabilillahi fatabayyanu. Now another case. An army is going, Muslim army, against some tribe, some enemy. And in the way they find a person, it belongs to some other tribe, and he says, Assalamu alaikum. What does it mean? He is declared himself to be a Muslim. Now these people think that if we accept him as a Muslim, we can't kill him. They say, no, you are not Muslim. You are only saying Assalamu alaikum only to save your life, so that they can take whatever belongings he has when he is killed, and also all his wealth will come to the Muslims. So now this condition, what to do? If there is a combat, you are fighting against a tribe, and a person who claims to be a Muslim is fighting along with his tribe against you, then you kill him. Even if he says Assalamu alaikum, you have to kill him. But here it is an incident which is a stray incident. No actual fighting is not taking place. You have not, attacked any tribe. The actual fighting is not taking place. You are only going somewhere and you find someone and he says, Assalamu alaikum, I am also a Muslim. And you say, no, lasta mu'mina. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu idha darabtum fi sabilillah. Oh, you who believe, when you are going, traveling in the way of Allah, fatabayyanu. Always investigate. وَلَا تَقُولُوا لِمَنْ أَلْقَى إِلَيْكُمُ السَّلَامَ لَسْتَ مُؤْمِنًا. And don't say to anybody who greets you with salam, who bestows on you salam, assalamu alaikum, who presents himself to be Muslim, لَسْتَ مُؤْمِنًا, you are not a mu'min. You can't say it. تَبْتَغُونَ عَرَضَ الْحَيَاةِ الدُّنْيَا. You are covetous of the worldly gains. You want to have the wealth that he has. Anything, maybe even arms, his sword, is something else. So that was also very precious in those days. تَبْتَغُونَ عَرَضَ الْحَيَاةِ الدُّنْيَا. You want to have the goods of the life of the world. فَعِنْدَ اللَّهِ مَغَانِمُ كَثِيرًا. Don't do this. Have faith in Allah. Allah has in store for you very big booties and ghalaim. Allah will give you, but don't behave this way. كَذَلِكَ كُنْتُم مِّن قَبْلِ. This was your condition before. Before Iman, you were after worldly things. All that mattered to you was this world, this worldly life, this worldly comforts, this worldly possessions. But now you have come to believe in the hereafter. So don't behave as you behaving before. كَذَلِكَ كُنْتُم مِّن قَبْلِ فَمَنَّ اللَّهُ عَلَيْكُمْ. Now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given you grace and He has shown His grace to you, bestowed upon you His favors. So now you must investigate. You must investigate whether he is a real Muslim or not. Inna Allah kana bima ta'maluna khabira. Verily, whatever you are doing, Allah is ever aware of it. لا يستوي القاعدون من المؤمنين غير أولي الضرر والمجاهدون في سبيل الله بأموالهم وأنفسهم. Now, as I told you that going to war was not made obligatory for every Muslim. There was only persuasion. If you want martyrdom, you want paradise, you want to have the higher grades in Jannah, well, go and fight for the cause of Allah. Lay down your life. It was persuasion. Obligatory was only in the last battle of Tabuk. Therefore, whenever there was any battle, and if any Muslims which didn't join the Muslim army, there was no explanation was called. Why didn't you go? Because it was not obligatory. It was all voluntary. The persuasion was there. Now that persuasion is coming in a form comparing people who are able-bodied, but they are sitting back in their homes and not going to fight for the cause of Allah, and people who are going out to fight for the cause of Allah, to make the deen of Allah supreme, and they are making jihad and qital fi sabilillah with their lives and their belongings. Are they equal? No. La yastawi al-qa'iduna. They are not equal. Who are not equal? Al-qa'iduna min al-mu'minina ghayra uli zarar. Those who sit back and are not disabled. If somebody is disabled, if he is lame, if some limb is cut off, he can't go, so that is something else. But a person who is able-bodied and who has all the means and still he doesn't go and join the qital fi sabilillah, this person is not equal to those wal mujahiduna fi sabilillah bi amwalihim wa anfusihim, who are going to jihad in the way of Allah with their own lives, risking their lives and their belongings. فضل الله المجاهدين بأموالهم وأنفسهم على القاعدين الدرجة. Allah has given a very big, higher level for those. He has reserved a very big, high level for those who made jihad for the cause of Allah with their belongings and their lives. وَكُلًّا وَعَدَ اللَّهُ الْحُسْنَى. But for all, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has promised good things, because it is not obligatory. Therefore, if somebody is not going to the war, to the battlefield, to fight for the cause of Allah, because it is not obligatory, Allah will not deprive him from paradise, from his reward. But when it becomes obligatory, if you don't go, then you are depriving yourself from the reward of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because it was still voluntary. It was optional. You can go if you like. If you want a higher level in Jannah, go. If you don't want, well, you can sit back. No explanation will be called from you. No blaming will come on you. وَكُلًّا وَعَدَ اللَّهُ الْحُسْنَى وَفَضَّلَ اللَّهُ الْمُجَاهِدِينَ عَلَى الْقَاعِدِينَ أَجْرًا عَظِيمًا. Again a persuasion. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give much greater rewards to those who are fighting for the cause of Allah, who are making jihad in the way of Allah, as compared to those who are sitting back. Darajatim minhu, again to emphasize, these will be the degrees raised high by him. It is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Wa maghfiratan, and then there will be also forgiveness of their sins. Wa rahmah, and again more of mercy. Wa kana Allahu ghafurur rahima, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Ghafur, forgiving, Rahim, and He is merciful.